everybody, and welcome to ClausenWorld. You heard me right. I said good morning. It's early in the AM. I have been up since old dark 30, and because of that, I have got my power juice in my cup, and that's my Sage Marie coffee and tea Colombian, because that coffee is so strong it will kick you in the back of the head. And I need that this morning because I'm exhausted. But we are on the road this morning. I want to take you guys with me. I am going to the farmer's market this morning to see what kind of finds I can find so that I can do a little bit of canning. Now, I'm not taking you guys in the kitchen today. You're not going to be going canning with me, but I will take you to the farmer's market. It's been quite some time since I've been to the farmer's market, so I have a full day ahead of me, and I thought I'd take you along for just a little bit of that ride. So let's go. That was very anticlimactic and extremely disappointing. I didn't even bother to show anything inside of the farmer's market because it's early in the morning. They were just getting set up, but what they did have set up, I was like, you got to be kidding me. Yeah, no. I didn't see anything that I wanted to purchase, so there's that. I'm off to Walmart to get my curbside pickup. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. I want to share with you guys what I found today. Something told me to go to Ace Hardware because I purchased some canning jars from Fillmore online. I happened to be watching a video from Mama, Sister, Daughter, and she talked about Fillmore canning jars, and so I went online, purchased some Fillmore canning jars, was very pleased with my purchase, and I went to Ace Hardware to see if they had any lids or rings, and I want to show you guys what I found. Let's see. What you're looking at right now, this is a crock. This is a 2-gallon crock. I hope you guys can hear me. I don't have my microphone on right now. I just walked in the house from my shopping trip, but I found this crock, and you all know that I make sauerkraut. I've been making sauerkraut in a 1/2-gallon mason jar. And when I ferment, what I've been finding is the fermentation process will indeed corrode my lids and my tops. So I wasn't really looking for a crock, but I happened to find this in Ace Hardware. It is dusty. It's all get out, like they've had it for who knows how long. The box is dirty dusty. The lid is dirty dusty because you have to buy them separately. But I want to show you what this crock looks like. And this can be used for any number of things. I will put a description in the box below as to what you can use one of these for. But one of the reasons why I bought this is due to making my ferments, sauerkraut and all the other ferments that I make. So let's see. And I was so excited to come across this. I've never seen one in the store before, and online these things are frigging expensive, and at Ace Hardware it wasn't that expensive. So I'm going to show you what the crock looks like. It's just a big ceramic 2-gallon. Hope you guys can see that. Big ceramic 2-gallon. And the lid, make sure I don't drop it. This is the lid. I hope you guys can see. I can't tell what you guys are looking at. But this is the lid right here. And you just place it on top. And you ferment inside of here. Absolutely amazing. I'm just amazed at this find. I can't wait to use it. I will be making some sauerkraut again here hopefully real soon in the next couple of weeks. So, because I'm all out. I ate all that, y'all. I ate every last bit of it. But this, I'm just amazed at it. So I will be cleaning this out and getting it ready to make some sauerkraut. So let me move this out of the way, and then I will show you the jars that I got from Stoneware. And it is right here. Put it right there. Hope you guys can still see. I bought a couple boxes of these, and here's the jar right there. Hope you guys can see. Amazing, right? And I haven't bought pasta sauce in a jar probably since 2013, 2014. And that's a nice size jar. This is 26 ounces. Very nice. Now, what I can say about these jars is I looked at every last one of them, and some of them have what appears to be some bubbles in the glass, or some little dents, some imperfections, and there's really nothing you can do about that. That's just how it was manufactured. So those will have to be used for storage purposes, but for the most part they're really amazing. And by the way, you can use those also for water bath canning. I wouldn't pressure can in the ones that have like little dents, dimples, or bubbles, but you could probably get away with water bath canning. But those were the glasses, the jars that I got. But let me show you what I got from Ace Hardware. And if you guys have an Ace Hardware in your neck of the woods, I recommend going to Ace Hardware. I was able to find, and I didn't need very many because I already had some, but I found the lids and the rings in the wide neck. I found lids and rings in the regular neck. And I also found just the lids in the regular and wide mouth. So again, if you all have an Ace Hardware, I even went online and I was able to get some online, but I decided I did not want to order them online. I wanted to actually go in the store to see what they had. And they had some canning jars. Now, I'm good on canning jars. I didn't need any canning jars. But if you're in the market for canning jars, don't sleep on Ace Hardware. A lot of people may not have an Ace Hardware in your neck of the woods, but if you do, go over to Ace Hardware. So that is what I found today. Something told me to go over there, and so I went ahead on and did that, and that is what I found at Ace Hardware. So I'm going to go out in the garden and plant up those flowers, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Everybody, today was Fall Free Flower Giveaway Day, and I signed up to get some fall color out. Y'all know I don't need any more stuff, but I just can't help myself. So this year, same as last year, I was able to get a pumpkin. I will not be putting this pumpkin outside like I did to dress the back door or the side door, because last year the squirrels or something put a hole in the pumpkin and hollowed it out and ate out almost every last seed, and I had pumpkin guts all over the ground. If I can find that photo, I will insert that at the end of the video, because it wasn't funny then, but I can laugh at it now. So I will be putting my pumpkin inside of the house to just do a little bit of table decorations. I won't be showing you guys that because I don't want to. Sorry guys. Y'all know I don't show you much about the house. I'm an outside gardener. I do have house plants, and I do have a little bit of decorations inside the house, but that's not what my channel is about. And so I have some really pretty pansies, and I'm going to be placing these in some pots in the garden. So yeah, can't have enough of these babies. So that's what I'll be doing in a little while, and I will take you along when I do. With the weather dipping into the 40s in the evenings, and then back up to the 50s and then getting anywhere between the 70s and the 80s during the day, the plants have really been shocked. And so my elephant ears have decided that they are not happy because they are not cold weather plants. Taking off these poor little leaves that look really bad in the hopes that it will give it a little bit of life, yet just a little bit. Hope you guys can see. I hope I'm not in the way, but there are a few leaves on here that need to come off. I've got some weeds that took hold a little bit. I love elephant ears, but they let you know quick when they are unhappy. And one day I will have them in the ground again, and then mine will be very large and making a very large statement. So in this pot, I am going to place a few of the fall flowers just to give it a little bit of interest, because the elephant ears are not going to last the entire fall. They are going to die back, and I want to have a little bit of, hope you guys can see, I want to have a little bit of fall interest in this pot once they do. Let me move over here. I do have a number of pots on the front where the flowers are a little worse for the wear. They're dying back. But I do have some bulbs popping up, which is very surprising to me because I thought the bulbs that I bought were spring bulbs. And now I've got bulbs popping up. I'm happy to have them sprout, that is, but wasn't expecting it. Not in the least. I think these are alliums, to be completely honest with you. And I'm happy to see them. I love to see alliums. I'm not going to show you guys because they don't look the best right now. They're just popping up. They're very spindly. But a little bit is better than nothing. And at least I know the squirrels didn't completely decimate it. So in this pot, let's get back to what I'm doing because, you know, I get sidetracked. In this pot, I am going to put just a little bit of spent compost that I refurbished. And I'm not going to dig around a lot because I can see there's still some baby elephant ears popping up in this pot. So they're not done yet, but I do want to just kind of take this soil and rough it up a little bit. Just a little bit. And I'm going to plant a few of these pansies. There we go. I only got one yellow pansy. Oh, so I am not going to put him up here. There we go. I'm just going to make a hole and place that baby in there. So I'm going to put this yellow pansy probably in the back because I do have a yellow pansy that I grew from seed in the back. And so I'll put the yellow pansy back there. There we go. I'm just going to dig a little bit, not a lot, because I don't want to disrupt the elephant ear too poorly. And let's see. Another one. That way this pot still has a little bit of beauty and fall interest. There we go. And I'm just going to backfill with a little bit of this spent compost that I pulled out of some other pots that I ended up moving some things around. So there we go. All right, and that's that. Now I'm going to put that mulch back that I took off. And I'm also just going to put the rest of this compost on the top of this soil. I'm just going to fill it up because over time your compost will begin to drop, or your soil level in your pots will begin to drop. And you also need to feed your pots as well with fertilizer. And this has fertilizer in it. And I want this to be able to go to bed for the fall or for the winter, and it be able to sustain itself enough to where it doesn't die, meaning the elephant ear, because hopefully these pansies will get a little weight on them. They'll spread out a little bit and will stay here until they're killed off in the spring. But if you all remember from a previous video, my pansies from last fall stayed until the hotter part of the summer. So they stayed a long time. So I'm just pressing this soil down to make sure that these pansies have contact with the soil medium that was in the pot, as well as there are no air pockets around with the soil that I just put in the pot, like that. All right, now I did not put a fourth one in here. I only put 3 because there is a baby elephant ear popping up on the opposite side, and so I don't want to disturb that baby. So there you have it. And now I'm just going to take this mulch and just sprinkle it in the pot. Now I will go and get some more mulch because it's that time of the year, or it's almost that time of the year, where I make sure that my pots have enough mulch and compost, because I don't want them to go without for the winter time. But I'll be putting some more shortly, not right now, because the weather is still relatively warm-ish in the afternoons. And so what's on here right now will be sufficient until I decide to top it up before they go to sleep. And I'll also put some leaves in this pot. When the leaves begin to fall, I will top this up with leaves. Then I will put my wood chip, and then this pot will go to bed for the winter. Now I know this leaf looks pretty bad, and I probably need to cut it off, but I'm not going to cut it off right now. I'm just going to leave it. This is a brand new one that's opening up. This one is opening up brand new. This one and this one also has some cold weather damage on it, but I'm just going to leave it. So I'm going to find another pot because I have more pansies to plant, and then I'll be right back. Here is the pot that I grew pansies in from seed last year, and you already know that I've already dropped seeds in this pot. Go away, jumping spider. Jumping spiders. Ugh. I'm just going to place some pansies in here. Now what I have in here is a volunteer piece of grass that's got to go. And this is a clover. This is a red clover that I have growing in here. So he's going to stay. I'm just going to rough up. I'm just going to set him in there like that. And I have a few in here that I need to pot up. So this is going to be interesting. I also have bulbs in here. I'm always doing way too much. But I like to experiment. So I'm just going to place these pansies in here like that. And I'm going to backfill with some soil. And that's spent soil. Oh, yeah, I like how that looks. I like it. I like it. All right. All right, all right, all right. So now that I have those in there, I'm just going to backfill with some soil because this pot can take it. Let me get some soil out of my little trusty, handy dandy blue teal bucket. And I'm just going to backfill some soil in there like that. Just fill it all the way up. Just like that. This pot can take it. You get back over here, you. Trying to run, y'all. All right, and I'm just gonna backfill like that. Just like that. And this will fill out and look so pretty the way I like. I love a pot that's full. If you've watched my channel at all, any of my previous videos, you'll know that I like a full pot. I'm always putting something somewhere to the excess of most. But I like it. I like it. I like it to look like a big, full, beautiful afro. That's what I like to see. And then, of course, this clover will grow up in the center and just glorify this pot. So I had just some rubbish, some old spent flowers that I pulled off. I'm just going to place that in the back, make sure that the plants are sitting up straight, and that the back soil that's exposed gets a little bit of coverage. There we go. Now look at that. I think that pot looks beautiful. I don't know about you guys, but I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Yes. So I'm just firming the soil around, make sure there are no air pockets. And that's it for this guy. I have one lone little pansy left. That's this beautiful little yellow one. So I'm going to place that one in the pot nearest the back door. And that's it for me. Let me grab my tools and my bucket. This pot has given me quite the surprise. I was looking at what was growing out of this pot, and apparently sometime throughout when I was harvesting the Cape Cod gooseberries, one or two of the gooseberries somehow found its way into this pot. And I'm very surprised. Don't mind that. Leaf cutter bee has been very busy cutting leaves and making a home. And those white flies, I need to spray again. They've been trying to make a home here and they've got to go. So disregard those as well. But yes, this is a Cape Cod gooseberry. Get rid of those white flies. I'm sorry, y'all. I sprayed, but it's been a couple days. I need to spray some more. I'll do that today. But it's already flowering and going to be giving fruit, and I'm surprised at that. I didn't think that this would come back in the fall, but I'm pleasantly surprised. I don't know if you guys can see that little yellow bell. That's the flower, and that will be giving fruit. So to be this tiny and to decide it wants to give fruit is amazing. So yeah. So I have, let's see if you guys can move a little bit closer. I don't know if you can or not. Let's adjust you guys. Let's see. How's that? Let's see. I do have that one pansy that I grew from seed. Can you guys see that? I do have more pansies coming up in the pot. So I'm hesitant as to where I can actually put the last little pansy. I have some on the opposite side of this gooseberry right there. That's a pansy. So and I don't know what else I have in here besides some weeds. I'm gonna pull these weeds out because I don't want to have to compete with the weed. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in my goop juice. So I'm going to place that right there for right now. And I'm going to get that pansy and put it in the spot that I pulled that weed out of. So I think that will be perfect. Perfect location. All right. And I've just been collecting these pots as I go. Here we go. Let's see. Come on, come on, come on. Come on out of there. There we are. This one's root bound. That's okay. Lots of roots on that one. Hope you guys can see. So I'm just going to lightly dig in here because I do have bulbs in this pot. I've got spring bulbs and I don't want to disrupt too much. And I'm going to take some soil from my bucket and backfill. And then I'm going to water everything in. Let's see, I'm trying to get these little pots out of the way. Now it's leaning over right now because it's getting a little bit warm, and I don't know how long it had been sitting outside on the concrete because it was outside. They brought them to our cars and did a really good job of socially distancing. Put them in the back. There we go. Hopefully it'll perk up. But that is, let me move you guys closer so that you guys can see. I do apologize for jostling you all around, but you know how we do it here on ClausenWorld. Sometimes it's a little adventurous. Now this poor leaf has damage on it right here, but that's okay. It will root down and give us more blooms, but it looks almost like the one that I grew from seed. Almost. Look at that. Those beauties right there. So this will be full of pansies here soon, hopefully. And let me water all this in, and I'm going to go inside because now the sun wants to come out, and now the sun is beaming on me and it's feeling a little bit warm. So yeah, going inside right now. Hey everybody, I know I said I was done, but I went in the house and I picked up some raspberries for from the market today. And I know you can do this with blackberries. I've never tried this with raspberries, but I do believe that you can accomplish this with the raspberry. So I'm going to try this right now. I'm going to take this raspberry and I'm going to plant it in my raspberry pot and see if I can get a different cultivar of raspberries to grow. So let me get back here right quick and let me try not to disturb the big garden spider because I don't want him to get me. As a matter of fact, the raspberry is, this is the blackberry pot right behind the this is the bay leaf, and that's the, I'm sorry, that's the blueberry pot. So the blackberry and raspberry are over there. So let's go over there. Hang on one second, y'all. Let me grab Okay, you guys are off the tripod. So in here, there are the raspberries. Ouch. Yeah, they bite. Oh look, either the raspberry or blackberry, there are several new canes that have just popped up. I've got new plants. These are all new plants right here that popped up from the mother. So I don't know if it's this is the raspberry that I'm moving out of the way that's giving some new canes, or if it's the blackberry. I don't know. But I'm going to go all the way in here as far as I can reach, and I'm going to place that raspberry in the soil, and I'm going to cover it up, and hopefully, ouch, it bites. Hopefully nothing gets me. Sorry, y'all. Hopefully nothing gets it, and I will hopefully get a different cultivar of raspberry. This raspberry, I don't know the name of it. Hang on a minute, y'all. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Let's see. I don't know. I have a tag in there. Oh, you know what? The tag is inside the house. Hold on, let me get that tag. Gloves recently from Best Yet Journey. So I'm going to use this glove and try to make sure I get that raspberry covered up real good. But the raspberry that I have in there is called the Double Gold Raspberry, and I planted it in March. So I'm going to put this tag on there and make sure that I cover up the raspberry that I just put in the pot and call it a day, because I don't have the thornless, I have the thorned, and it already got me. Stupid raspberry thorns. All right guys, I promise that's it for me.